have evolved in the way that we design and celebrate the cars we drive. From celebs, planet-friendly and forward-thinking people, to eco-enthusiasts. Hybrid cars, all electric as well as plug-in hybrids, are mainstreaming and transforming the world of urban mobility as we know it.
Hybrid electric vehicles combine the benefits of conventional fuel engines and electric motors.
We support the agricultural biotechnology sector where various products are developed.
Today is one of the most amazing days. It's the start of our roadshow. It's the recognition program, Titans Building Nations.
Welcome to the stage your keynote speaker, Bonang Mohali.
I'm absolutely honored to be sharing with you, probably compressing my own learnings in a journey that is only just beginning.
We're at Africa's most influential Women in Business and Government Awards, of which I was nominated as a candidate.
Today's launch is really focused on ensuring that Heritage Month is celebrated throughout the entire September. The program for the month is designed such that it enables the people of Johannesburg to celebrate themselves in the first.
It's an absolute pleasure to stand here today and address such a prestigious audience to join and show our collaboration with Nigeria on their World Mayors Conference.
First, acknowledge the High Commissioners and Ambassadors.
All right. First of all, I want to thank everybody here.
I'm very happy to be accommodated here freely.
And in this particular evening, we celebrate the women that have decided to pursue a career in science, technology, engineering, and maths.
And we need to encourage girls and young women not to be afraid of technology and not to be afraid of taking the mantle of where they really deserve to be.
I say that financial education for women is our self-defense, because oftentimes women find themselves in bad marriages, toxic marriages, or in a job they hate.
Green technologies can reduce the carbon footprint in the city through the use of alternative sources of energy, such as solar power.
Power Quality and Renewable Services, also known as PQRS, is an information and training platform for the solar PV sector specifically.
Our sustainable, manually operated brick-making tool, made from plastic, offers users the opportunity for better living quarters, as well as a platform for entrepreneurship.
The primary purpose of MPAT is to improve management performance, using a structured standards-based approach to assess management practice.
The Department of Trade and Industry, the DTI, has a vision that encompasses a dynamic, industrial, globally competitive South African economy, characterized by inclusive growth and development, decent employment and equity, built on the full potential of all citizens.
What I want to talk to you today about is search engine optimization, or at WSI we call it adaptive SEO. Now, if you don't like change, you're sure going to hate extinction, because Google has really clamped down and stopped people treating search engine optimization like a game. The next thing that you would do after that is having your content optimized so that you are found on Google for your products and services.
On this platform, I'll be bringing you industry and business leaders that will be telling their stories as well as imparting principles that have ensured their success. The guest that I have in studio today is Professor Nick Benadel, who is a professor in the area of strategy and leadership at the Gordon Institute of Business Science.
He said if the average South African who wants to start a business thinks about the unmet needs of the average South African, you'll make a fortune. So there's so many markets that are still unexploited in a society that's changing very quickly and a world that's changing even faster.
The whole idea behind a chamber is that it will promote and look after the interests of businesses that become their members. Part of the problem that is being faced by the small business is the regulatory regime, and they're finding it very difficult to actually participate.
So if you are an entrepreneur, small business owner, it's really into your up to your best interest to ensure that you research, you get into the chambers, get the information that you need.
Most people get too hung up on the product. And the problem is this, it's very possible to have the best product in the world, the most life-changing product in the world, and still not make any money.
But I was just kind of curious, why don't we have, number one, why don't we have financial education in schools? And why is everybody just chasing the dollar or chasing the rand or chasing the yen? I said, that's like slavery. Here in South Africa, you have Eskom breaking down, public service breaking down, police force is corrupt, as we all know. And I'm not blaming the people. That's what happens when there's no financial education in schools, and our money system, the rand, the dollar, the yen, the peso, they're all corrupt.
So we're on the business end, so we're talking about complex business things and making them simple. And my question to you, what tactical tool, what fierce focus can you take, what actions will you take, and what plans, what system will you build as you take the next step towards your business success? Alex, what's so important to you about this idea of being fit for purpose?
Well, I don't know about you, Robert, but I'll tell you this. When I get into organizations and do the work that I do, I get worried because I find quite a bit of almost a disjoint between leadership, organizational culture, and people performance, because that's really what Fit for Purpose covers.
Business, in my mind, is relatively simple, right? You have somebody who has a need, and you can fulfill that need, and they're willing to pay for it. That's business. So what you then need to do is make sure you're better than anyone else. But in actual fact, very often, and especially with sales and in business, it's not always the best company that wins, right? Why is that?
The challenge that we have is most people aren't excited with what they're doing. They're doing it because they can make money, and money is not a motivator. It is, if you don't have it, it's like oxygen. If you don't have it, hey, nothing else matters.
All of us at times procrastinate due to the task being too large, and in our minds this seems insurmountable. So remember that any project is easier done when we break up tasks.
We will add our flour and make sure that the flour and the butter is incorporated properly so that the flour particles are split apart. So as soon as our butter is ready, we can add our flour and gently mix this into a dough to ensure we've got our roux.
Life is about a journey of learning, a journey of not what has happened, but how to deal with it. So when we look at the emotional, spiritual side, which you quite rightly said, when we have an issue, it shows up in the tissues, and we understand what the body is saying to us.
How do you know if you are successful? I believe that no man gave it much more meaning and simplicity like Ralph Waldo Emerson. And this is how he describes success, and I believe it's so profound and so powerful that it can help you to define it for yourself.
Most of us, in fact, I think every single South African on this planet, has a competitive side. You see, challenging others to action often produces unexpected positive results. Throw down that challenge. Let them see what the objective is and stretch people to do more, whether it's shifting a sales target, making a personal goal.
Great. Again, glad you're back with us. We're looking at this thing of biosystems and how our nature, our environment around us can inform us about our businesses to thrive in vicious economies and economic meltdowns, all those things.
Most people wake up in the morning and as creatures of habit, our first thought, oh hell, Monday. I hate Mondays. And then they wonder why they have a terrible Monday. So here are two very important things that you can use to bring about change in your life. Number one, every morning when you wake up with unlimited power, the power to think whatever thought you want to.